My name is Jim Ivie. I'm associated with the museum, lifelong resident of Eden, and a lifelong learner of history of the local area. The one memory that I've gotten is from D.E. Field, where the long history of the area based on his recollections and stories he had heard. And he talked about a memory or stories about the Army of the Virginia coming south after Lee surrendered. Men walking back to their homes wherever they were. And apparently a lot of them came through from Lynchburg south to Danville through Leakesville to Winston, and then points further south and west. And so there was a hotel here in town on Washington Street, corner of Washington and Patrick Street, Washington and Henry Street, that laid out food for these men as they came through so they could get something to eat. There was a grassy field behind that hotel, and the men would go back there and sleep, get up the next morning, they'd give them breakfast, and off they'd be gone. I envision that probably happening for maybe over a time frame of a week or so. And then the next thing that happened in 1865. In 1870, the population, somebody studied the population of Leakesville and found that 56% of the population in the census of 1870 was African American, which is a lot higher than what I would have thought. And I'm assuming that somehow after the war, the African Americans coming off these plantations that came first to Leakesville looking for opportunity and a place to live. And the same in 1870, about the same time, a man showed up here in town. He was born up here in Virginia. He and his wife came to town, and he had a little bit of money, I guess, because very quickly he had a tobacco warehouse and manufacturing business going. His name was Dr. Franklin King. He wasn't a doctor. He was a seventh son of a seventh son who supposedly is someone who has healing powers. So his family named him Dr. Franklin King. He went by D.F. King. He ended up building the largest remaining home from that era in Leakesville, or Eden. He got involved with the formation of the First National Bank of Leakesville. He was running a general store downtown. At one time, he was publishing a newspaper. Had his fingers in a lot of pies around here and made a lot of money. He was easily the richest man in Leakesville. And because he was here and did so well, and my family showed up after this because we were related and distantly to him and his wife, is that it like, and all his cousins from all over the area here, Leakesville, come to Leakesville, make a bunch of money. And they did, and they did. I don't know how much a bunch of money would have been then, but they did well enough to live comfortably. And so Leakesville had a sort of a boom time here after the Civil War, and it was somewhat driven by, I think, the beginnings created by D.F. King.